Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And another day, another lack of dollars because this video is gonna be demonetized.
Yep, but we're gonna talk about it anyway because we're trying to make sure the news gets reported.
Yeah, so this is gonna talk about the C word, of course, being coronavirus, and how it is having a huge impact on pop culture right now, and in particular, a lot of conventions and events that are going on. And I think we're gonna see this is gonna be the year that a lot of stuff gets canceled.
Yeah.
And we're going to do a follow-up. Just the other day, we did a video talking about how Emerald City Comic-Con was actually, a lot of people were pulling out. DC Comics was pulling out. Dark Horse was pulling out. Oni was pulling out. A lot of creators weren't going. Now they just canceled the whole damn thing.
Well, no, they postponed it.
Postponing
It's postponed to summer, but here's the problem. Summer has a lot of conventions as well, and then people are going to be double booked, and they're going to... It's going to be interesting to see how they handle this, because I don't think everybody can go. They probably have everything's lined up for summer. Yeah,
it's going to be interesting to see if people actually do turn out this summer for conventions, you know, because a lot of people are already talking that some conventions over the summer will probably be postponed or canceled. Anyway, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about South by Southwest actually getting canceled too. And there are rumors that they might cancel E3. A bunch of other gaming conventions and tech conventions have been canceled. I mean, it's bad. People don't realize how, again, maybe not the illness itself. Maybe the illness isn't as bad as people have made it out to be, but the economic effect.
Yeah, we're worried about the economic effect. And like I still say someone should do a big con online. Everybody can just watch it from home and go to events and things.
Well, we're going to talk about that, because if E3 gets canceled, a lot of the game developers are talking about doing their own streaming conventions.
Oh, see, we were talking about that because we've done it before.
Yeah.
It's been 10 years, but we did it.
Before.
We ran a convention once online.
Yeah, it was an interesting weekend.
It was a lot of work.
It was a lot of work. But anyway, before we get into it, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We're less than 2,000 subs away from 10.
I know, we're so close.
Oh, 10. No, I'm sorry.
100. Yeah,
100.
10, 100.
100,000 subs.
Oh, I'm so excited. I could pee.
Well, don't do that, because we'd have to clean that up.
Well, if we hit it, I might pee.
Okay.
I'm just, saying.
That'd be the pee stream or something.
The pee stream.
All right. Oh, see, we get demonetized for that too, but we're already going to get demonetized. So let's just get into it. We're going to call it by its name. We're not going to Voldemort the name of the disease. I still don't.
It's actually COVID-19.
Yeah, I don't understand why it is so taboo to talk about at all.
I don't understand either.
It's affecting everything.
But even news channels are getting demonetized for talking about it, and you're not supposed to mention it ever again. Well, the advertisers don't want it mentioned. I mean, they have enough to worry about. I can understand why.
Yeah, so here we go. 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Reed Pop posted a message on their website officially canceling the event with plans to try it again in the summer. Again, I'm with you. I don't think it's going to go well. After many hours of conversation internally and consultation with local government officials and the Tourism Bureau, we have decided to move next week's Emerald City Comic-Con to summer 2020 with date and detail announcements forthcoming. Well, good luck with that, because there are a ton of other conventions in the summer. You're going to trip over each other, and again, people plan these things out a year ahead of time.
Yeah.
These big publishers and creators, they can't just drop everything they're doing and be like, yeah, I'm going to go to a big con next month.
What I hope is people who bought hotels or bought like plane tickets and things will be able to get their money back. I mean, a lot of them are giving you refunds, but some might not. So, I mean, that would suck for the guests that were going to come, people that were attendees.
Yeah, they said Emerald City Comic-Con previously offered refunds to ticket holders and Artist Alley exhibitors even before the cancellation, but everyone should get their money back now the show's canceled. Below, see the full message posted to the ECCC website, including plans to secure a date in summer. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's the first thing I thought.
I think it's, again, even if it happens, I don't think the turnout's going to be good. ECC remains committed to holding the convention sometime in 2020. So they said the decision is going to greatly impact many of our individual creators, small businesses, and service workers. It is a big convention.
Well, here's what I'm wondering.
Big show.
Because all these conventions are, they bank on their last convention to get the money for the next convention.
Yeah.
And what I'm concerned about is sometimes when you have celebrities or different things that they're supposed to be there, they have a guarantee. So even if you cancel, they get their money. So I'm like, if they have people that were coming and they have to pay them anyway, how are they going to have the money to, move forward?
I don't know.
Is there like insurance for that or something?
Well, they
if
probably
anybody knows, let us know.
I don't know. Maybe they have like an act of God insurance or something. I have no idea. I have no idea, but this is not good. And we're going to talk about some other conventions and how they're being affected, and how one in particular, if it doesn't happen this year, it might just remind the gaming industry that they don't really need the con at all.
Right. The E3.
Yeah. So South by Southwest canceled. That was supposed to be this month too. I kept thinking it was April or May, but I guess it is this month. So the annual Tech Music and Film Meetup held in downtown Austin is the latest major conference to be canceled due to coronavirus. And just 1 week before it was slated to start, can you imagine having all your stuff ready? Because, okay, I used to work for a software company. I was the marketing manager for a software company, and I planned all the trade shows. I know how much work is involved to get all the equipment and coordinate everybody to get everybody to the trade show and ship all the stuff out weeks ahead of time to make sure it gets to the right facility, so it gets to your booth space.
And this is like 1 week out from when it started, so people probably have all their merch shipped
there,
and everything else.
Yeah, it's going to be a cluster. It's the first time in the event's 34-year history it's been canceled. The festival is scheduled to take place from March 13th through the 22nd. Austin Mayor Steve Adler today announced that amid an increasing number of high-profile speaker and company withdrawals and growing public health concerns, the festival will be no longer taking place. So yeah, I mean, this is nuts. This is the first time this has ever happened. We're talking, other major global events haven't canceled as many events as this virus.
And a lot of these economies depend on these, especially like Orlando's losing all kinds of conventions and stuff, and their economy needs it and they depend on it, so it's gonna hurt a lot of businesses, a lot of people, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah, there's nothing they can do. We're exploring options to reschedule the event and are working to provide a virtual South by Southwest online experience as soon as possible for 2020 participants, starting with South by Southwest EDU. This might become the new normal, because let's be honest here, trade shows are kind of a pain in the ass. I mean, they really are. And they're very expensive. And there are a lot of factors to consider. Plus, you've got your people out of office for like a week or whatever. I don't know. I'm wondering if because of this, we aren't going to see more virtual conventions.
That could be the case. But what about people like Artist Alley and vendors? What are they going to do? Because, I mean, unless you like sell online, during the event and you have like a special or something, what are you going to do?
Well, I know when we did our online convention, we actually had people just link to their, different stores or whatever.
Yeah, but that's not going to...
It's not the same. I mean, it's not the same. People are like, well, let's do everything virtually. I'm like, that's not the same. At that point, the convention becomes like Nerve from Evangelion, where you've got all these holograms sitting around a table.
Right. And the thing is, people want to meet celebrities. They can't meet them. They can see them on camera, but you can just turn your TV on for that. Yeah. And you can go to panels and all that, which is true. That would be the one perk I could see, but you won't have your Artist Alley, you won't have your vendors to get your stuff you wanted, you won't have any of that. So I think it's not going to be anywhere near the same thing.
Yeah, so a petition on the website change.org calling for the event's cancellation amassed more than 55,000 signatures. Jack Dorsey from Twitter pulled out ahead of the announcement. Amazon, Apple, Netflix pulled out. Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, a whole bunch. CNN and Mashable also pulled out. And I have to bring this up again because this really pisses me. It still pisses me off. Boston, PAX East. When Sony pulled out, the mayor of Boston had the balls to write the head of Sony and accuse them of being anti-Asian.
Yeah, I still love that.
And he sent it to Tokyo. It just blows my mind.
My mom said he was smart.
Yeah, so I'm like, this guy's your mayor? Like, seriously. So...
Have you seen the people that are elected to office anymore? I mean, have you seen the people in Washington?
Yeah, I know.
That's all I'm saying.
So this is the thing. This is where, we're talking about, where things can change very, very quickly, because just on Monday they were like, no, everything's fine, we're going to do this. And same with some of the events that were canceled in Orlando. They were like, everything's fine, we're going to go ahead with it. The president was coming to that one health summit, and now that's been canceled.
Yeah, the health summit gets canceled, then
yeah, when the health summit gets canceled, things are bad. And I think a lot of conventions, I would not be surprised if they can't get this thing under control, if we don't see San Diego Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con, some of the big anime cons.
I don't know. We'll see.
Will some of the anime cons decide to...
I don't know, but I don't know, but I have to laugh about this. What we do know is personal hygiene is of critical importance. And no offense, but you guys know... Okay, you've been to the cons. People don't believe in deodorant or soap. So there's a reason con cred is passed around all over the place. So the hygiene isn't of always the most critical importance to some of these people anyway. No, I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm just saying, I've been there. You never can go down an aisle without whiffing BO.
That is not untrue. And some of these people, like, I wonder if they actually have a hotel, because I think a lot of people just, like, sleep at the cons or sleep at...
in the lobby or whatever.
Yeah.
You see people pulling money out of their shoes, out of their butt cracks, out of their, cleavage and everything else, and then, wiping it all over. It's not the most, I mean, who here has gone to a con and gotten con cred? I bet most of you have at least once or twice. So... there's a reason this happens.
So, yeah, just Tuesday, they were very cavalier about it. They're like, on Monday, they're like, yeah, we're going to go through with it. Tuesday, they're announcing that they're going to have more speakers, and they pulled out. But there's a bunch of other, conventions that pulled out. Just all these tech conferences. Look at this. This is crazy. Look at this list.
Well, you know why, too? It's probably because of the bad press, because apparently, and I forget which state it was in, but the one person knew they had corona. They already tested positive. They were told they were supposed to stay isolated, and they deliberately went to an event because they didn't want to miss it, and potentially infected hundreds, if not thousands, of people by showing up at the event.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Yeah, and then who they went in contact with. And now all these people are going to get sick. Some could maybe even die, theoretically, because one person knew they had it and went anyway. And a lot of people are like, I paid that money, I'm going.
Well, that's just it. Like I said, when I was in charge of wrangling all the trade shows, and we did, several shows a year, it's a lot of work. Mm-hmm. Actually, 2 different companies I worked for. I was the guy that was in charge of all the trade shows, being in charge of the marketing department, and I had to coordinate, getting all the stuff to the right place, and, the hotels and all that, and it's expensive. And, I know some of the shows, we did one show in Vegas for the one company I worked for. We spent like $25,000, $30,000 just to put in an appearance. Mm-hmm. And that's a lot of money to lose just to, and a lot of the bigger companies, obviously they can absorb it. But if you're working for a smaller company and they just shelled out $30,000 and it's gone.
Yeah.
And that's not, like, even if they give them their money back to exhibit, you still got all the shipping charges and all that.
There's a lot of things that are going to be out.
Yeah. So
it's a lot. And then the flights won't give your money back. A lot of the airports, air travel people are giving you money back, but not all of them. And the hotels, it's up to their discretion too. So you might be out, and there's nothing you can do because they're out too. So.
Yeah, so here's a quick rundown of some of the other events that have canceled this year. Barcelona's Mobile World Congress, that's in Barcelona. That kind of makes sense. That was February. Facebook's Global Marketing Summit in San Francisco was supposed to be this week.
They just shut down the Walt Disney Museum, Family Museum in San Francisco till Monday so they can clean it really well.
F8, this is it, or Fate. I'm sorry, it's Fate. Is it Fate?
I don't know.
I've never been there. I think it's Fate. Social networking giant's biggest event of the year was set to be held in San Jose. They canceled. Google canceled an event. Google I/O, another Google event, canceled. Okta's Octane, they canceled that. IBM canceled theirs. Workday canceled its internal sales conference.
There's a lot.
There's a lot. But there were some bigger. This one, Game Developers Conference, GDC. That's a big one. That's huge. It was in San Francisco, and they announced in February 28th they canceled.
No, they're postponing it till summer. See, a lot of these places are postponing it till summer, too, but the thing is, there's so many things going in summer. That's just it. I don't know how, because a lot of the speakers might be booked other places. I don't know. I mean, I understand why they want to postpone it, because they want to recoup their costs, but I don't know how it's going to work when everybody's postponing it till summer.
And here's, speaking of GDC, speaking of game conventions and game trade shows, if they cancel E3, which is, kind of the old guard of electronic shows, right? If they cancel it, this might be the death knell for it, because everybody's saying that E3 is not what it used to be because of, other shows like PAX and GDC and all that. It used to be E3 was it. And if they cancel it, they're talking that, some of the game companies are going to do virtual presentations, and they might just prefer to do virtual presentations rather than...
if you're a name, people are going to tune in.
Yeah, they'll go to a Sony or Square or whatever Nintendo virtual
thing. They're not limited to how many people could fit in the room then.
No, just do a live stream. So this might be the new normal. It might be that the coronavirus actually kind of kills off a lot of conventions, because it'll turn out that a lot of them are not necessary. It used to be you had to go to these conventions. That's where everybody got together to make all these big announcements. Now with live streaming and the internet, you can just do it from wherever.
Truth be told, I think there's just too many shows and conventions. There's the last few years especially, it's like every time you turn around there's a new one. And I think there's just too many. So.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think especially with comics and anime conventions, it seems like in the last couple of years, it's been a very crowded space. And it seems like the attendance at individual shows has been going down because they're tripping over each other.
Right.
I mean, they really are. And it's not a very, for a lot of people, it's not a very pleasant experience. It's expensive. It's crowded.
Yeah, and you can't even move. So what's the point?
Yeah. So I don't know, guys. We're going to keep an eye on this. I do not believe that we have seen the last canceled convention.
Oh,
I think
no.
There'll be a lot more.
I think there'll be more.
And we'll keep you guys informed. Again, we're not going to make money off the video, but we think it's our job to let you guys know what's going on. So we're going to wrap this one up.
Yeah.
Please subscribe for more pop culture, news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later.
Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.